Have you ever walked away from a conversation and felt exhausted? Not physically tired, but emotionally drained, heavy, foggy, irritated, guilty, and confused. And maybe the most confusing part, nothing bad even happened. They didn't yell, they didn't insult you, but somehow you feel like your energy has been pulled out of you. If that sounds familiar, this video might explain something you have felt for years but couldn't name. And today we are going to explore why certain people drain you and what's happening in your nervous system. The psychology behind emotional exhaustion, trauma patterns that make you more vulnerable, and how to protect your energy without guilt. Because this isn't about being too sensitive, this is about your nervous system trying to protect you. Now, what does emotionally drained actually mean? When you feel drained after talking to someone, that's not random. It usually means one of the three things happened. Your nervous system went into survival mode, you were emotionally overfunctioning, or you suppressed your authentic response. Now, let's break down this clinically. Your brain constantly scans for safety, and a process called neuroception, a term from Dr. Stephen Porges Weigel theory. When someone is critical, passive aggressive, and emotionally unpredictable, overly negative and self-centered and dismissive, the nervous system may register subtle threat. Even if you consciously think they didn't do anything wrong, your body may still tighten, your breathing may change, your cortisol may increase, and that costs energy. Emotional exhaustion is often nervous system fatigue. Then the overfunctioning trap. Many emotionally drained people share a pattern. They are the emotional regulators in conversations. They calm others down, validate feelings, listen deeply, and fix problems, reassure constantly, and avoid conflicts. But here is the hidden cost. You are doing emotional labor, and emotional labor is metabolically expensive. If you grew up being the peacemaker, the mature one, the parentified child, you may automatically take responsibility for other people's emotions. So when someone waits for 45 minutes and leaves feeling lighter, you leave feeling heavier because you absorbed what they released. So, as you guys might be familiar with catharsis, so catharsis is very important for everyone to just vent out your emotions, your feelings, and if you guys don't share your feelings, it would pile up, okay, and then it would be burst out in any form, emotionally, in aggressive way. It can be in any way, okay, but it would not be good for you, okay. So then trauma bonds and energy drain. Sometimes exhaustion isn't just from emotional labor. Sometimes it's from attachment activation. If you feel drained specifically after talking to an emotionally unavailable partner, a manipulative person, someone inconsistent, and a person who triggers your abandonment fears, you may not just be tired, but you may be activated. And your brain goes into hypervigilance. Did I say something wrong? Why did their tone change? And are they pulling away? Did I upset them? And that mental scanning consumes energy. The more unpredictable someone is, the more your nervous system works to predict them, and that's exhausting. Now, you know, manipulation is the worst form, and if someone is not emotionally available for you when you need them, that is also a big problem. Because man is a social animal and we need people. And you know, people are those ones if you are highly independent, but still they can make you keep on dependent on someone. Okay, they'll make up such stories, they'll say in front of you, or even if you are homebound for a few months or in a year. So yes, that is very easy for you to be dependent, and dependency is can be in many forms. Okay, then we have subtle emotional manipulation. Sometimes people drain you because of covert behaviors. They may include constant subtle criticism, backhanded compliments, playing the victim repeatedly, and shifting blame, and turning conversations back to themselves and minimizing your feelings. And you may not consciously detect manipulation, but your body does. In gaslighting behaviors like denying previous statements or invalidating your memory can create cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance is equals to mental strain. Okay, and mental strain is equals to fatigue. So when your reality is repeatedly questioned, your brain works overtime trying to reconcile it, and that creates exhaustion. Now, empaths and highly sensitive people in burnout. Okay, you know, empaths are very easy targets. If you are naturally empathetic, are highly attuned to emotional cues, you may absorb emotional states easily. Now, research on mirror neurons shows that we internally simulate the emotions we observe. If someone is chronically angry, always anxious, deeply negative, and dramatic, your brain partially mirrors that state, and over time, repeated exposure to regulated people can lead to emotional fatigue, compassion burnout, and irritability, withdrawal, and numbness. And you are not cold and you are overloaded. Then boundary confusion. Many drained individuals struggle with boundaries, not because they don't care, but because they care too much. Now, signs that you may have boundary fatigue. You answer calls even when exhausted. You feel guilty saying no. You explain yourself excessively and you tolerate disrespect to avoid conflict. And you feel responsible for keeping peace. Now, boundaries are not walls, and they are nervous system protectors. Without boundaries, your system never rests. And when it never rests, you feel drained. Okay? Now, the guilt after setting limits. Here is the twist. Sometimes you feel drained because you wanted to say something but didn't. And suppressed anger is heavy, and unspoken truth is heavy, and performing politeness when you feel hurt is heavy. So the internal split between what you feel and what you say is psychologically costly. And authenticity requires energy when it's suppressed. Now, how to protect your energy? Let's move into solutions. Notice your body first. After conversations, ask, do I feel tight, relaxed, foggy, or calm? Your body gives honest feedback, and that feedback is really important. Number two, reduce emotional overfunctioning. Try not to fix, rescue, over explain, and take ownership of other feelings. Let silence exist. Let them regulate themselves. Okay. And number three, shorten exposure. Energy draining relationships often improve when conversations are time limited, topics are redirected, and emotional depth is reduced. Then, number four, practical neutral boundaries. Instead of I am sorry, I just feel really bad, but I can't. So try I am not available for that and no over justifications. You know, at times a lot of problems exist just because you can't say no. And because you can't say no, that definitely creates problems in your life. And people can take advantage of that very easily. And it is very easy for them to manipulate you. They can be a very different person in front of you, and they can be very different person when you are not there, and they can go to the other person to harm you in many ways. This can be done at workplace too, okay? Because everyone just want their own promotion, their own, achievement, but they don't want anyone other to prosper. Okay, so now strengthen our system regulation. Now daily tools are slow breathing, 5 to 6 breaths per minute, and cold water exposure, and walking without stimulation, and journaling emotional triggers. A regulated nervous system is less easy drained. You have to take breathe in, okay, hold it for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth for 6. Like this, long breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we have to repeat this at least 3 to 5 times. Early morning, then in the daytime, then at night too. It would really relax yourself. Okay, and then you can walk. You can walk alone. You can look around the chirping sounds, what the other person is doing. The kids are playing, the birds, the sounds, the sky, and everything. You just have to take distract yourself and focus on other things around you rather than thinking about something very specific. Then when you will journal your emotional trigger, that will really help you to just identify yourself. Yes, this is a problem, okay, and I have to address this. That would be really easier for you, okay? Then cold water exposure, that is also really important, and when you are distracted, then it would not be very easy to distract yourself and to say like, okay, then when you not be thinking about a specific event or a specific person, at least your half of the problem will be resolved. Now, a hard truth, okay? Sometimes you feel drained because your body knows something your heart doesn't want to accept, okay? Some relationships are imbalanced, some dynamics are one-sided, some people take more than they give, and your exhaustion. It's not weakness, it's information. Your nervous system is whispering, this doesn't feel safe, or this is too much, or you are abandoning yourself in this dynamic. And exhaustion is sometimes self betrayal showing up physically. So if you consistently feel drained after talking to someone, don't ignore that. It also depends on the other person how they treat you. Okay? that also plays a significant role, like how they talk to you, are they empathetic or not, and all of these things. Okay, so you just share your feelings with just that sort of person who is very empathetic and who understands you really well. Okay, and there is no need to just use your energy and words in front of that person who doesn't care about you. The energy patterns reveal relational truth. Now, healthy relationships feel steady, feel mutual, feel safe, and feel calm. Not perfect, but safe. And you are not selfish for protecting your energy. You are not cold for limiting access. You are not dramatic for noticing patterns. Your nervous system is wise. Listen to it, because the right people, they don't leave you exhausted. They leave you feeling seen. And they remain with you whenever you need them. Okay? So, as a consultant clinical psychologist, if you guys need my support, if you guys need therapeutic sessions, if you guys want to share something with me really professionally, just connect with me anytime. We can have an online session. I'm here for you, and don't feel alone. Okay? So, if you like the video, please like it, share it with your friends, comment me below, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you soon in the next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.